If you're going on a cruise, it is normal to want to be prepared. However, cruising has changed and things have changed in travel in general, and experienced cruisers know that there are some things that you don't want to pack for a cruise and you should leave at home. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, this is not even about overpacking, but you don't want to bring things on a cruise that are not very useful, that maybe are banned on cruises these days because a lot of things have changed, and that could even get you in a little bit of trouble. Nobody wants this. Now, there may be a couple of things in this list that you may not even agree with, and that's okay. You do you when it comes to packing. But at the very least, hopefully you'll find a couple of things that maybe you won't bring on your cruise, and especially if you are a first-time cruiser, this can be helpful. Now, before I get started, I did want to mention that if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get started. Now, I have a total of 17 things, including one item that I brought on my Alaska cruise that I definitely did regret and will not bring next time. Number one, foreign currency. Now, obviously, if you're staying a little bit longer somewhere, then you can bring some local currency. But if you're staying just a few hours in a cruise port of call, usually you are not going to need that foreign currency. Now, you can use your credit card, which is what most people are doing these days. They're maybe using Uber, maybe you're going to a restaurant, you're going to want to use your credit card. So most of the time, you are not going to need local currency. And even when it comes to cash, avoid bringing an excess amount of cash. Most people are not doing that. And if anything, if you bring a lot of cash, you can be a target of theft. So it's so much better. Bring some amount of money that you feel like you need, but do not bring a lot. Number two, guidebooks. Now, I think this is where things have really changed from just a few years ago. Now, definitely use guidebooks to research your destinations, but there are many other ways as well. You could even still purchase that guidebook, but read it digitally instead. You can download apps, and it's a lot easier because honestly, bringing those guidebooks or books in general is actually going to take up a lot of room in your luggage. Waterproof hiking boots. Now, this is my story and definitely something that I regretted. When we went on our Alaska cruise, I have to say I was very well prepared. But something I just didn't really think about is the fact of, do I really need waterproof hiking boots? Now, our excursions weren't any very big hiking excursions, and I just knew that a lot of times people brought this, but honestly, I never ended up using this. Now, even when we did do an excursion where we did some kayaking and then we had like a little hike, it was more like a nature trail walk, I just wore my running shoes, as did my husband, and that was just fine. Now, by the way, if you've been to Alaska, please let me know. Hiking shoes, yes or no? A neck pillow. Now, this one is definitely not just cruisers, but travelers in general. A lot of experienced travelers say, you know what? Unless I am taking a very long flight or I'm flying overnight and I really want to sleep, I don't want to have a neck pillow with me, because let's face it, after that, you need to drag that around maybe on top of your luggage. It is not the end of the world, but if you're not going to really use it for a short flight, consider leaving it at home. Formal wear. Now, this one might be controversial, but the truth is that a lot of experienced cruisers are choosing not to bring black tie formal anymore. And it's been a few years, and you can definitely still dress up on these formal nights or these gala evenings. That's definitely welcome. But you don't have to feel obligated to bring a tuxedo, even to bring a suit. Oftentimes dress pants and a dress shirt is just fine. Ladies in evening dresses, lovely. But you could wear a cocktail dress or even a little black dress, even a nice summer dress, restaurant wear, church wear, whatever you like. You could still participate without bringing that formal wear that often takes up a lot of room in your luggage. Out-of-date luggage. So we're talking about luggage that only has 2 wheels, luggage that is heavy, luggage that doesn't maneuver well. when you're traveling. We do not want that. And something that experienced cruisers know is if you're going on a cruise, even for the first time, cruising is a little bit like potato chips, and you will not be taking just one. Now, this video is sponsored by Level 8 Luggage, and I can tell you that I think that this luggage is absolutely worth the investment. Now, I've been using Level 8 Luggage for over 2 years now, and as a matter of fact, my entire family uses and loves Level 8 Luggage. Now, I have two favorite collections right now. One of them is the Voyager collection. That is the luggage with the wide trolley handle. It is absolutely genius. What an incredible design. But the other collection is the textured luggage. And oftentimes what Frank will do is he'll use the textured luggage and I will use the Voyager collection. Now, the Level 8 textured luggage is beautiful. It has a hard shell anti-scratch surface, which is strong and lightweight. It has a 3-step aluminum telescopic handle, which makes it so easy to maneuver. Now, one of my favorite parts is the fact that it has these ultra quiet 360-degree spinner wheels. It honestly glides effortlessly over every surface. Now, on the interior, you'll find a divider and 2 zippered pockets for organization and storage. It has a TSA-approved lock for safety and security. And there are sizes for every traveler. So from a carry-on size all the way up to a 24 or 28-inch option. And something to note is that when you do buy a set, you do get an extra savings. Now, something really nice about the textured luggage is if you do have a weekender style bag that has a luggage sleeve, you're able to slide that right over the handle. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I often do travel with the Voyager collection. My favorite is the yellow and black, but there are other colors, including Celadon, which is just gorgeous. Anyway, they are just beautiful pieces, and they have this wide trolley handle, which is just amazing. Because of that wide handle, you actually get the maximum space that you can get in your luggage, and you can even pack right into the corners. It is an incredible piece of luggage with a beautiful hard shell and amazing organizational pockets on the interior. Now, by the way, sometimes people ask, what do I do if I do want to put a bag right on top of the luggage? So I do have a luggage strap if I really want to make sure that something is secure, but otherwise I just put my tote bag right on top and I hold it with the handle. Now, I'll leave the link to Level 8 Luggage along with my discount code down below in the description of the video in case you do want to check it out. An electronic luggage scale. Now, I do think that these are very practical, but a lot of experienced travelers say, you know what? If I've already used that at home and I know before I went to the airport that my luggage is not overweight, then I'm not going to need it on my cruise. Now, unless you're going to buy a lot of souvenirs, which is something to think about. But something that we found out when we went on a Holland America cruise is they had scales out for all of the passengers to be able to use. They were in the elevator bank area. And we've been on other cruises where we've been told that you can actually ask your cabin attendant for a luggage scale. So that is something to think about. Wine, soda, and water bottles. Now, a lot of things have changed over the years, and some cruise lines have pretty good drink packages or bundles, making it less necessary to bring wine or soda on board. Now, obviously, if you don't have a drink package, or maybe you're able to take advantage of bringing those things and it saves you money, then definitely this is something that you should do. But many people say it's just something that they've decided to leave at home. An over-the-door organizer. Now, did you know that this is one of the best-selling cruise essentials? So obviously, a lot of people love bringing this, but many experienced cruisers say, you know what, after all of the years, it's just not something that I find I'm using anymore. Now, many times it's because cruise cabins actually do have much more storage space than they used to have. The other reason is that they are really handy if you're in a cabin with kids, but sometimes when you're just a couple, they aren't as useful. Swimsuits and cover-ups for every day of the cruise. Now, if you want to do this, definitely do so. But many people say, you know what, I used to bring so many bathing suits, and these days I might bring 2 or 3 and still find that I only wore 1. Expensive jewelry. Now, a lot of experienced cruisers say, I don't want to risk theft and I don't want to risk loss. And as a matter of fact, a lot of people actually have a little bit of vacation jewelry. So you can just go to Amazon. You can pick up a beautiful vacation ring, beautiful vacation earrings, anything that you like, and it honestly isn't going to cost you a lot. Banned items. Now, did you know that all cruise lines have a list of prohibited items on their website? And sometimes each cruise line is going to be a little bit different. So experienced cruisers know that they actually check what they are allowed to bring and not allowed to bring. And in particular, Carnival cruisers now are no longer allowed to bring Bluetooth speakers, so they are going to be leaving them at home. Towel clips. Now, I hate to say this because I am a big fan of towel clips, but they do take up a lot of room, especially in comparison to towel bands. Now, you still want something to keep your towel down, but many experienced cruisers are just leaving those towel clips at home. A hair dryer. Now, I have to tell you, I am not in the club who's not bringing a hair dryer on a cruise, but you don't need to bring a hair dryer on a cruise. There are hair dryers in most cruise cabins, I think all cruise cabins, very similar to a hotel. But I have to say, there are some cruise ships that now have really good hair dryers, including like Sun Princess has a Dyson hair dryer. So do a little bit of research. And if it's a good hair dryer, then consider leaving your own hair dryer at home. What ifs? And I think we're all guilty of this. Let's face it, when we pack for a cruise, oftentimes we think, what if I need this? And what if I need that? Now, there are some things you still want to bring, like over-the-counter medication, because when you're on a cruise, you can't get to all the stores the way you can on a land-based trip. But there are other things that honestly, if you're thinking, what if I need water shoes, but you don't have any activities planned that you might need them? What if I need snorkel gear, but you don't have any activities planned that you might need them? These are things that are probably best left at home. Now, I'll leave the link to the Level 8 website and promotion down below in the description of the video, as well as the pinned comment. And I would love to hear from you. Please let me know, what are some of the items that you no longer bring on a cruise? Please let me know, along with any of the questions that you may have. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bye for now, and happy cruising.